I have never been so sweaty at the thought of telling you guys my opinion, but here are 10 of the most popular adult fantasy series on this platform, and I'm going to tell you whether I think they're underhyped, appropriately hyped, or overhyped. We're going to start off gentle with the Empire of the Vampire series by J. Kristoff. I'm going to go adequately hyped. It's solid. I actually really like J. Kristoff, but I will say if you love this one, please read Nevernight because that one is one of my favorite series of all time. The Realm of the Eldlings by Robin Hobb, underhyped. And I know that this does get its fair share of hype, but this is probably my favorite adult epic fantasy series of all time, so I'm going to need to see more hype for Fitz, the Fool, and the Vestrit family. The Vanished Lands by John Gwynne. I'm going to go adequately hyped on this one. This is definitely a solid adult epic fantasy series with characters that you can root for, and John Gwynne is not scared to kill his characters, which I personally love. If you have been looking for a reason to leave this video, I will give it to you right now. Lord of the Rings. I'm sorry guys, but I'm gonna go overhyped on this one. I have tried so hard with this. I've tried to ingest the story in so many formats. I've read it with my eyes. I've listened to the Andy Serkis audiobooks. I've watched the movies more than once, and I cannot tell you a single thing about this story. It will not stick in my brain. Actually, that's a lie. I can tell you the things I've seen in the memes. I know we're going to Mordor. I know that we have a sexy elf, Orlando Bloom, and then we have Aragorn, and Aragorn opens the door, and everybody likes that. That is all I can tell you about Lord of the Rings. The First Law World by Joe Abercrombie. Overhyped again, I'm afraid. I just need a little bit more of a point with my fantasy, and the point of this series in a lot of ways is the pointlessness and the futility of it all. A Song of Ice and Fire by George R. R. Martin. Controversially, I'm going to go overhyped on this one, but hear me out because I do love Game of Thrones. This was one of the first adult epic fantasy series that I ever read, and since then I've read so many more things that I've enjoyed more, but I do still think that this one is worth a read. The Hierarchy series by James Islington. Adequately hyped for this one. This was one of my favorite books of 2024. If you made it this far and you still have faith in me, I'm going to crush your hopes and dreams right here, right now, because we're going to talk about Wheel of Time by Robert Jordan. Overhyped. I read all of the books in this series. 100% the biggest waste of my time. I am kind of glad that I read it because I see its influence across the entire genre, but man, was that series a drag. And then when they tell you it's worth it to get to the end, it's really not. The Burn-In by Evan Winter. Underhyped. I know we're waiting for a sequel and it's taken a really long time, but this is a solid one, especially if you like volatile characters that make reckless decisions that they massively regret later. And finally, we'll end on a high note because I know I have upset you quite a lot in this video and maybe you're fragile. I don't know you, but the Stormlight Archive by Brandon Sanderson. This stands in for the entire Cosmere. 100% adequately hyped. Brandon Sanderson is probably the best adult epic fantasy author that I've ever read. The man's plot work is insane, and if you haven't started your Cosmere journey, then I definitely recommend